everybody. How are you guys doing? How's the conference going for you? I hope you've gotten wonderful information, and thanks for tuning in. We're going to be talking with Miss Nia, and we're going to be showing how we can import her information into building and creating your own story Bible in Notion. And for those that don't know, Notion is a productivity app that a lot of businesses use, but one of the great things about it is that you can use it to basically design whatever it is that's going to work for you and however it is that you like to do things. So it's very, to me, I feel like it's very intuitive to like how I like to think because I'm creating it how I think. So I'm going to give Nia a chance to go ahead and explain who she is and tell you a little bit about her and why Notion could work for her as far as a story Bible.
All right. Hi, I'm author N.B. James, Nia the Vixen of Fiction, all over the internet. And I'm a genre hopper writer and reader. So I write everything from sci-fi, fantasy, historical fiction, romance. I do shorts. I run under a pen name, but I also write under N.B. James. And my first series has begun. The second book is coming out in pre-order, and it is a cozy paranormal short romances, closed door. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. And with the genres that I like to write in, there's often a lot of world building. So I have huge story Bibles for all of my stories. And Tiffany has been kind of, because I'm always looking for another way to figure out how to store my story Bible, how to organize my world building. And I am happy to move on to the next thing from where I began to where I'm at now. And I'm always excited to take my story Bibles and my world building to the next level. And Notion is something that really interests me. I'm not good at making the templates and things though, but my lovely friend Tiffany is very good at the templates, and I'm like, I want my world building story Bible to look like yours. How do I make that happen? So I've given her a story that's far, far in the future. It's not a lot to the story, but I was able to put some things together just so she could show me how it's done, and I'm really excited.
Awesome. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Tiffany. TL Russ Lifestyle is what I write, what I'm known for. And then TL Russ is what I write under, as well as Des Lorre with my co-writer, Desiree M. Ortega. I have been using Notion for quite a long time. And it is one of my favorite, I don't want to say like time stealers, but I do sometimes get a little invested and a little involved, and it sometimes takes a while. So what I'm going to do is, hold on, my computer just froze on me, which is never a good thing while you're in the middle of a presentation. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. In the meantime, though, if you do have any questions, because we are going to have time at the end for a little bit of a Q&A, go ahead and drop those in with the letter Q or question, and I will mark them so that I'm able to go ahead and go back to those when we get back to the end. So there we go. Okay, my computer is working now. So I'm going to put us at the bottom here, and I'm going to share. So when you first open a page in Notion, this is what it looks like, which is why Notion a lot of times freaks people out, because this is all you have. And so when you're starting, the easiest thing to do is just, for me, I make a list of what it is that I want in the page. So like for Nia, we started off her page, or her story is the Raven. It's Raven or Ravens?
Ravens Code. Ravens
with. Because I was like, I feel like there was an S in there. So Ravens Cove series. And one of the great things about Notion is once you create the base of something, it's very big on templates. So all you have to do is create the base, and then you can duplicate it however many times you need. So I like to start with what it is that we need. I knew that Nia needed a town history. I knew that she needed, is it mythology?
Yeah, we'll call it mythology.
Okay,
There's a little bit of
mythology
magic.
as well as magic. So I'm going to go ahead and throw magic in there as well. And I knew that she needed characters, that this was going to be a book series because it's more than one book. Um, and that she had lots of locations. So I just make a list of what it is that I need, and then I start to build from there. What do we need to know for the town history? What do we need to know for the mythology and the magic? What do we need for the characters, the book series, the locations? And once I have a general sense of what is needed, then I start to build. And so I'm going to go in and show you what I put together for Nia. Um, a lot of the graphics that you're going to see here, either she did or I did in Canva. We both are huge fans of Canva. So you could do any of these things and like make it all pretty. Like even the icons. One of the great things that I always love is that you can do custom icons. And I love that it tells you the exact sizing. 280 by 280. That's all you have to do. Delete the background of it, and you have your own personalized icons for all of your stories. So that's always fun for me. But as you can see, this is basically everything I just said: town history, mythology, religion, magic, books and series, um, characters, locations. I also have a tendency to want to point like y'all can see me. But this is what I put together. And so one of the great things is like this is just an image. All I did was come over here. I don't know if you could see the little plus sign, but I
Yes,
hit
we
the
can see
plus sign. Okay. And then I just type in or I just search until I get to image, which shouldn't take too long. Image right here, and then you can just upload your image. Now, if you do have the free site, it is like a limit. I think it's 5 megabytes, 5 gigabytes, somewhere in there. It has to be less than that. Once more, Canva, great for that. You can resize your images. Um, when I put in the town history, what I did was divide this up. This is just what they call a call out. And so I just put town Ravens Cove history, and then I put all the information that she gave me. But the great thing, because I know Nia, she's probably got, let me guess, families, like important families or historical families for the town.
all of the above, yes.
So she can also do another call out, which once more, and this is a shortcut, you can do a backslash and just type call and it'll come up and you can hit call out. And then you can put in like historical, if I could spell, I'd be dangerous, families. And so then I'll put historian families. All you have to do is add them into your section. And so you can have different sections for different things, as well as you can just type them out. She can just put like magical families and then have the list there because I'm guessing you have those too.
Yes, I kept that a secret though, but yes, you figured it out. But yes,
So
very.
that's a great way to well, you said magic.
Mhm.
So that's a great way also to do that. You can, let's say she wants to have the historical families right next to the magical families. You can grab a hold to those three little dots and move it over to, you see this like little blue, and then drop it. And then you have your historical families and your magical families all in the same column. So that's another great way that you can keep like yourself organized. And one of the fun things is that if you turn like whoops, please don't go there. Okay, great. Sometimes my mouse has a mind of its own. Let's say you just type families and you go over here to the 6 dots and you turn this into a header. One of the new things that Notion is doing is that when you scroll up, and of course it's not doing it because there's only one. Um, let's put in politics, or I'll put in events. There we go. And then let's make that a header as well. And then, really, you're just not going to show up. Oh, I know why it's not showing up. Because you have this table of contents and I turned it off. But what'll happen is when you get to the page, then let's say once you've added in a bunch of notes and everything, you could just come over here and go down and click events, and it will take you to the events. So it's a great way of, oh, somehow I made that into a whole page. What just happened?
Your mouse is, I think your mouse is going without you.
My mouse is just all over the place. Okay. But you can do that. And then that's a great way, like, because we have a bunch of notes in our history. I've seen Mia's story Bible, the actual story Bible. There's a lot in there. So this is a great way for her to be able to keep everything organized, but then also be able to find it very easily. One of the other great things about it is I see the name Tom Walker. So let's say you are on a totally different page and you want to find out what it is that you've talked about Tom Walker for. You just remember that name. You can click search, come up here and put in Tom Walker. It takes a moment. But you can see right here in the town history, you can click that and it's going to automatically take you back, as well as highlight where that information is. So that's a really great thing in regards to being able to like find what it is that you need to find. Because if you guys are like me, you probably sometimes forget that you said anything other than burger. And you're like, I know I named that burger place. What did I name it again? What was that name? Did I name it 3 different things? And so that's one of my favorite things. And then if you just needed to not highlight anymore, you could just click anywhere on the page and it will disappear. So yeah, so that's a really great way to have all of your information pretty much at your fingertips. Another great thing is that you can, like this, you can highlight it. So I have just the mythology, the religion, and the magic listed. So that way she can put whatever information. If she needs to type in something, she can hit a tab and you can add in bullets. Again, okay, there we go. You can do a bullet list. So you can have all of, like, if there's specific information regarding this type of mythology or something, that's another way that you can keep. Like this, remember the Raven? That sounded like that was like maybe a chant or something. Is that right? Okay, she's not telling. Shh, it's new stuff. But what you can do is then just make that like under your list. You can even do a numbered list if you want to. Either way, and then as with everything, you can come back and just write whatever it is that you need. So you have all of your stuff exactly combined in the perfect way that you need it. And again, you have your table of contents over here, so you can just click wherever it is you need to go. One of the other things that I did was I did the books. So I'm going to show Nia how to do this at the same time I show you guys how to do this. This is her first book. Again, I went in, I added the cover image, and then I just typed synopsis. But let's say she wants to put it up here so that it shows up the same for every book. All you have to do is add a property, type synopsis here, and press enter. And now you have a space here, and you can just drag it and put it wherever, if you want it to be the first thing, if you want it to be the last thing, as well as, let's say because she genre hops, correct?
All the time.
Okay, so let's do genre. And then what are some of the genres that you write in?
Historical fiction, sci-fi, paranormal, fantasy, romance.
Oh my God. Me and typing today is spelling. But here's a great tip. If you mess up, you can just click the little arrow button and then come back over and spell it correctly. My F just isn't working. As well as you can change the colors. Like suppose she wants this to be red as opposed to yellow. So you could do that. And one of the great things about once you do that is that now she doesn't have to do it anymore. She could just come in and be like, oh, this is a fantasy, historical romance. And there you go. It's right there. If you want to put in, say, your estimated publish date or the date that you actually are going to publish, you can put in date. You can change this to date. And then right here. And the great part about it for my peeps who maybe like a 24-hour day, you can change it to 24 versus 12. You can change the formatting. You can have it go month, day, year. You can have day, month, year, month, day. So you can format it however your brain works for you, um, whatever you're used to for whatever country you live in. There you go. So yeah, I love everybody's like Nia would never genre hop. If
Oh.
you if you want to keep track of, let's say, your word count, because we sometimes write short romance, so you can add that in and you can change it to a number. So you have that. So you can add that. And then let's also say maybe you want to keep track of the link of where your book is located. So you can add in a URL. And so now every time you do a book, all of this information will show up at the top. And all you have to do is go in and just fill it out. So that's one of the great things. And then you could put whatever information else that you might need for your story over here. If I know Nia, it's a lot. And like to prove that, if we go into, say, book 2, which we haven't filled in, but you can see all of that information is still at the top in the same order. So yes, so that's a great way to keep track of all of your book series. As well as we did the same thing, and that's a database. And we did the same thing for her people. And so one of the things, I love this picture that she did, uh, you could do is right here. She has a picture with all of her people, her famous people, as she calls them. Um, so all of her stuff there. And then I just wrote like the little information that she has here. And that's the great thing about Notion. Um, I tend to be a little bit more complicated in my Notion setups. I've seen Mia's uh, Google Doc, and you tend to kind of put the name and then just the information. Is that correct?
It depends.
Okay.
Like, what do you mean? Put the name and then the information.
Well, do you do like a full on characters like list or a character study about each character?
Yeah. Did you see the character sheets? I
Oh,
do
I
the
just do the
character.
character sheets.
Yeah, those all get filled out, and then they'll be detailed where I gave you the character synopsis, everything. I just keep filling it in. The more I go, the more I
Okay.
fill it in. So yeah,
So then
it all
that's
eye color, hair color, personality types, all of that.
okay. So this is perfect because what I'm going to show you
Mhm.
then, this is, I just put in a basic profile here where you could just create like a basic profile with just the name, like just some little information, story notes like that. If you wanted to make it a template, what you would do is come over here
Mhm.
there's like a little arrow down, template, or new template rather. And all you have to do is put like, you can title it character sheet.
Yes.
I put in where you have like a space that you can write a description, eye color, hair color, age, family. You said personality traits.
Yeah, personality traits, and then I do their life conflicts, all of that stuff, conflicts within the story. If I know the story already, depends on where I'm at writing the story.
Okay.
One, I do
Um,
the wants, needs, all that stuff.
okay. So you can add, why are you doing this? Okay, there it goes. You can add your personality traits. You can add that image that I put, and you don't even have to put an image in there. You just put, like, just add an image. And then you can put in, you
I'm
said
adding images.
wants, needs. What else did you say?
Um, wants, needs, conflicts, external conflicts, internal conflicts, all of that stuff.
Internal conflicts. Let's say family down here as well. Like maybe you want to do
Mhm.
family. Uh, you can go schooling. Let's say you wanted
Yes.
to know like what type of schooling or education they had. All that information. You can move it around however you want to do it. Like if you, the only thing, if you want the picture to show up, the picture does have to be the first thing, but it could be the first thing off to the side, or it could be the first thing at the top. Either way, but it does have to be the first thing if you want the picture to show up. But you can move it where, like this stuff is on the side, and then you have this over here, or however you want to put it. If you want to divide it by like conflicts, and then just have internal, external. If you want to, whatever it is that flows for you, that works really well. And then what happens is once you create that, this is another character for her. As you can see, all I have is just her picture. But if I hold on, why are you not letting me do this? Nope, it's not letting me do it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to do it the other way. Okay. It's not letting me do what I want to do. It's because I'm on a live stream. That's what it is. If you come over here and let's say you're adding another character, if you notice you have character sheet right here. So you could just
Mhm.
click that. It's going to automatically populate all of that there. And then all you have to do is click add image and actually have another character for Nia. Pay no attention to the insanity of stuff that I have saved on my computer. Um, add that, and then all she's got to do is add in all of her information for next time when she adds new characters. If you want to see more of the person's face, you can hit reposition, just drag it down a little bit and save. And now you've got a new person. And then you just rename your character sheet, whatever the name of the character is. So, and the same thing goes for the locations. So you could do the same thing with locations. Like here, I have just the picture and then
Mhm.
just some information about it. But here, if my mouse works, I swear it's doing some weird stuff. Here, I have like the information, I have story facts. You can even relate it to characters. And one of the great things is, let's say you want to relate this to Tammy. What you can do is go at, like the little at symbol. Let me click it. Go at the little at symbol. Type in Tammy's name. It comes up with her page, and then you just click that, and then it's connected to her.
Oh,
So
nice.
you can do that. And then the fun part of that is that if you go over to Tammy, you will see this backlink right here, and that will show you all the things that she's connected to. So that way connect all your people in one, if you will. One of the other wonderful things you could do is I forgot to put the guy's name in. Um, but
His
let's
name,
say,
do you want to put the name in? His
yeah,
name is Christian Landcroft, I think. I should probably pull up my document so I can actually see what the names are.
I'm just gonna put in Christian. Okay, and then what was her name?
Her name is Lindy,
L
Lindli,
Y D.
Li,
Oh,
Li.
L I
Mm-hmm.
with
Because
the
I had
Y.
to fight my IE. I had to fight myself on that one because I was like, Lindy, Li, not Ly.
Okay, so let's say you want to connect these two people together. Now, this is where we're starting to get a little bit advanced, but you can put in. That's not what I clicked. Um, we're gonna delete that because that wasn't what we wanted. Uh, what you want to do is come in and I would say like love interest. Click here, and then you're gonna click type, and you're gonna go down here to where it says relation. And then you're going to look for where it says Cove characters and click that and add relation. And then you could just click off. So then what happens is you just click here and it's going to list all of your characters. And then you could just click Lindy and it connects those two as well. And this is not going to show up as that back link. What'll happen is you'll go to Lindy and it'll show up as Christian for the love interest. So that way they're connected as well. And you could do that with any database, any person that it is that you want to do. So that's like kind of a little bit of an idea. Esther's like, okay, I need to see that bit like 3 more times to get it. I know that I'm going a little fast, but it's because I want to make sure that I get all of the information in for you guys in this one. But don't worry, I have something at the end. I will tell you. So this is kind of an idea of how this works. Could this possibly, like, can you see where this would work for you? Or is there something else, like maybe you needed me to add in order to connect things, or make it a little bit simpler for you?
No, I like the connectivity so far. That's one of my favorite things. I like to be able to click on something to find its reference.
Okay.
So that's fantastic. I would love to. There's some stuff that you're going to show later, and I'm like, I would love to see that, but I don't know if you want to try that. I'm like,
Also, one of the
oh,
great
that's
things,
cool.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to go in here because this is like literally, these are some of my favorite things to do, is the connectivity, because that's one of the fun things. Because here's what happens when you start to connect stuff. Let's say you need to go over to Lindy real fast. You can click there and go right to her. And it still doesn't take you out of this page. You can do whatever it is you want to do there. If you want to, let's say you're like, he meets, you can go at Lindy. Once again, her page comes up, and at book
Oh,
1 at the, and I didn't put names for the places, but at the ranch. So what can happen is you can have everything connected through your stories. You can
okay.
even go in, like, let's say, who were we watching? We were watching somebody the other day and they were talking. Oh, it was Mama Maggie when we were doing Nia and I did story building and world building yesterday. And Mama Maggie had the color coordination
Yes.
of her thing. So you can go in and highlight if it'll do it. Okay, Billy. You're gonna do this for me. I know you are. Okay, and go to color. And let's say you book 1 for you is always yellow. Really? Because I hit the wrong thing. That was what it was. Book 1 is always yellow. you can highlight all the different book colors. So if you've picked specific book colors, then you can do that. And then that's a way of color coordinating through all of your different stories as well. And then also, in that sense, if you have given each book a color code, what you can do just to make sure that you know the color code, really, my internet doesn't want me to do this, is come in here and you can put in story color. And then you can just, and you can make this a drop down, or you can just type it in yellow. And so then now you know all of your colors for whichever story it is. And so if you get lost, you're not sure, you can come back and do that.
Nice.
So it's that's the part. Esther's like, Neil, look how happy Neil.
I love this stuff. Yes.
You can
Very
drop you could drop in any type of like pictures that you need. You can connect websites if you need it. I don't think you have necessarily a website that you have going on, do you?
Yeah. Not
Okay.
for this story.
I'm going to even, we're going to go into my Pinterest. If I can get this to go away. Go away. Maybe go away. And I am just going to pull up, this is my iPad background. That's, I keep all of my pictures there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and I believe, and this one I might be wrong, guys. So this is real right in front of you. Okay, where it says embed, if you put in the link, I believe it should, yeah. So if you have a Pinterest board,
I love it.
For your story, that's the way that you can embed your Pinterest board into your page.
I need to do this immediately.
So yeah, I was like, I'm pretty positive that's how that one works, but I wanted to make sure that I could do it. So yes, and there you go. And it doesn't do the whole board, obviously, but well, it does, but you have to, if I can get my mouse to go where it's supposed to go. And here, you can widen it.
Oh,
You can shrink it a little bit. In theory, you can scroll if my mouse would act right. My mouse isn't going to let me scroll, but you can scroll. I don't know why it's not going to let me scroll, but you can scroll. It really will not let me scroll. Okay. You can't scroll down the Pinterest board. I don't know why it won't let me do it. It just won't. But trust me, you can.
Oh my goodness.
I have to put this up because I've been really good. Esther's like, attaching a Pinterest board?
I know. I'm just
And
like,
then she's like, I rarely see And Alicia's like, I'm in so much trouble now.
same. Oh my goodness. I need this immediately.
Yes, I'm so glad that I'm giving you guys stuff that is gonna work for you. Same thing, like, okay, you guys know that I just did a cruise story. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to go to. No, you can't come up yet.
But you can't check out Tiffany's Ko-fi though. Just
well, we're gonna get to that one. That's why I was like, you can't come up yet. But one of my things, and again, I've been told I may have a Pinterest problem. So don't pay attention to my Pinterest problem. Seriously? Okay, hold on. Search cruise. No. Okay. How about writing? Can I come up with my writing board? There we go. There's my writing board. Yay. So I had this one with cruise outfits. So I was able to pin this to my thing for all of my Pinterest pictures. So I knew what everybody was wearing for the cruise. And I was able to pin it to the specific stories. So, and that's one of the great things, like, okay, I hope you guys know this. I'm going to dip into Pinterest for a second. You can divide out your Pinterest into like different folders. So you could have like story 1 cruise outfits, story 2 cruise outfits, story 3 cruise outfits, and then just attach those to book 1, book 2, book 3. So if you guys don't know that one, little Pinterest tip. But that's another way that you can also. Esther's like, tip is at another level. So that's another way that you can do it. Again, like if you have maybe different like Pinterest things for your character, you could do that as well. So I'm going to show you a little snippet of what everything that I've said you can turn into. This is the part where Nia was like, there's some other stuff I've seen that's what I want. This is a look. If you guys don't know, I have a Peach Ridge series. This is kind of a little snippet of what you could make your page into with just what it is that I showed you.
Yeah, that's what I want right there. That music.
This is just the same banner. This is a call out that just has a tag on it. This is the same thing as embedding that I did, but it just has a Spotify playlist. Esther's like, Spotify playlist? Ma'am, you did not tell me that. Wait, is that Spotify?
This was what when she said, I want some other, what else can I do for you? I'm like, I know you're going to show it. And when you get to it, that's what I want.
This is just adding an image. This is just adding an image. This is the same thing, the database. Esther's like, you are holding out on me. All these capital letters. This is the same book thing that I did. This is the same character list. This is the same location list. All of it is the same. The only thing that's different is I did add a calendar. And the only reason I added a calendar is because I wanted to show you what you could do. This is a full view of a calendar. And what I did was I just put in, also real fast, before y'all get excited, these are not the dates for when any book from Peach Ridge is coming out. I just put dates in because I know some people in the chat who will be like, book 4 is coming? Book 5? No, these are just dates I put in here. But what you can do, like you see, I have these tagged as book release, cover reveal, TikTok, Instagram, writing. And so what you can do is just create a calendar like this. This to me looks overwhelming. Reason why I tag them is because now I can go in and I have it divided out just by publishing dates. So these are just the publishing dates. I can come in here under marketing and have it divided out just by social media.
Yeah.
And then I can oh, Sky, she's like, I felt so gaslit with this date. And then I can come in and have it by just by writing. So that way it doesn't look overwhelming to me. It's just what I need to do in that moment, what I need to focus on in that moment. The same thing, Nia's like me. We tend to have a lot of places in our towns. We tend to have a lot of people. So you will see this says the full town. This is not the full town. I just picked some places and threw it in. But you can divide it where just your restaurants show up. Just your attractions show up. And again, this is the same conversation. All I did was divide it by those tags. So that's kind of the same idea. Alicia's like, that bar image is the one I use for my book. These are all, and that's one of the great things about Notion. These are not my images. All you have to do is just go over here. I'm not going to change them. But if you just go to Unsplash and type in what it is you're looking for, these are all Unsplash images. It pulls it up all on its own and adds it. All you have to do is click it. So yeah, and as you can see, I have type of location and then restaurant. So that's pretty much how I'm dividing these things. The other thing that you can do, once you know how to add, say, that love interest that I put in, you can also do a related to. In one of my Notion templates, I have where it has parents and it says children. And all I have to do is go in and click who the parents are. And then if I click over to that person, they show up as the children. So it's like same with like I can have siblings and have it do the exact same thing. So you can do things like that. You can also divide it, say, like by family. And so you can have like your different family groupings that you do as well. The same thing, instead of writing in your eye color and your hair color, you can create a whole list and then just add in whatever your colors are. And then all you have to do is just click whichever color they are or whichever hair color they are. Again, this is not my actual template of people. This is kind of like just a show of. This is another idea that you can do with like the character profiles. Like you can see, I have all of my stuff in here. This links to another person in there. This links to a specific book in there, in the series. So you can have all of your information. You can have your book notes by the time you get done. I even have like which book it is and which chapter. So I know where all of the information comes from. So there's ways that you can kind of manipulate it and put all the different stuff in there that you want. Same for, say, like if you want just a simple book template, you can put like your synopsis, romance, your word count, publish date, and just your story notes and your favorite quotes. If you want to do something fun and funky, you can do like this, where you have like all of your notes. You can have all of your quotes. You can do, this is actually not going to show up, but I also have a database on here. Please stop. Thank you. Okay. Where you have like, where you plot out your story, as well as your story notes, and then your blurb, and then your publishing checklist. And all of this is a template that I have all of my stuff in for all of my things. So these are different options. I know that I'm going to be building this for Nia when we get done.
Yes.
I already know it.
I want that. Yes.
Wait a minute. This might be one of my favorite statements. And she is not a plotter and more a pantser. Thank you for that, Esther, because I am. So right before we go into Q&A, because we are going to go ahead and do that, because I've seen a couple of questions. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and drop them in this in here. I like Alicia's like, Tiff, can you just come build this for me? And that leads us into, if you go to my Ko-fi page and you go under memberships, you will see that today I added a Notion VIP membership. And with this tier, what you're going to get is we're going to do monthly live streams where I will help you build your Notion platform. You get question and answer opportunities, behind the scenes look at how I put together my Notion as well as other Notions, Notion tips and tricks, and one personal tutorial session once a quarter, provided I'm not on deadline. That's why it says time permitting. Because if I'm on deadline, I may not have time. But I have that up for anybody who is interested in joining. If you guys want to go ahead and get in, by all means, please do. There are only, and I'm going to explain, there are only 10 spaces because StreamYard only allows me to let 10 people into a backstage. So that's why there has to be a limit. So, yeah. And I believe someone did drop the Notion or the Ko-fi price, the Ko-fi link into the thing. So let me get back through. Um, Me and my mouse, seriously. Well, now I know my productive procrastination is going to be for the next week, and I already have a story Bible in Notion. Yay! So, I mean, I'm not saying Alicia's take all my money. I'm just saying. And this would be the link to the Ko-fi. I like Esther. I just need to learn. I'll do the work. So I hope that I've given you guys some tips. I'm searching through the questions real fast. Alicia say I feel a Notion rabbit hole coming. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Sky also posted. If you guys want to check out our Small Town World podcast, this is the link for that as well. We do that once a month, normally the first Saturday of the month. Okay. I still, you were holding out on me from Esther. That's just great. All right. I've got 2 questions, so I'm going to go ahead and go into that one. Esther said, what does a call out in Notion, or what does a call out in Notion do? Basically nothing. It's just a way to put a box around a specific something or to highlight it in some way. One of the things that I like to do with the call out, like if we go into, say, town events, I like to divide my events by like a call out box, and this is just a clear one, or I think it's
okay.
I was gonna say clear, but I think it is default one, and then like right here I do a colored one to call out or like remind me that this takes place during the middle of October, so I know specific like information. But as you can see, I also have other things that are highlighted, that it's a 3-day weekend, what happens, and all of these information right here is pulled out of like things that I've written in the story. Like only like this information, I think there might be one other thing on here, is what I started out with. The rest of it is stuff that I've had in a story. So I just pretty much copy pasted out of what it was I wrote when I was going through my edits and added it in. So then that way I have all of the information right there, and it's the stuff that I know I've already said, and it's there for me. Now, one of the other things you can do, let's say, and I'm going to go real advanced here, y'all, so bear with me. Let's say that you want to do what they call a, and I'm mostly doing this because we have a little bit extra time, and only one other question. Hold on, I have to find it specifically. No, it's not a custom block. Is it? Maybe a custom block? I think it is. No, a synced block. If you want to do a synced block is something like, let's say you wanted all of these pages to show up on every single page that you have. What you would do is put them in your synced block. So I'm going to just put page in page 1, let's just say. So what happens is what you can do is now come into here, and I'm trying to remember if you have to copy it. God bless it. I think you. There it is. Copy and sync. And then what you can do is paste that on each page, and all of those pages will show up on whatever it is. Like, you don't have to retype them or anything like that. And that's a great way of doing that as well, where you can keep all of your pages on all of your different pages or your index on all of the different pages. So that is a little bit different than a call out box, but it's a nice way of just kind of having that kind of idea in the same way. But a call out box is basically just to share like certain information or highlight certain information, or just make it look pretty. How do you make it a replicatable template once you are done creating the different pages? So I would just create the page. I would do just a page with, say, like your index, with books and no books in it, character character database, and I would title it series template. And then what I would do is maybe have a page that's just your templates. And what you can do is come over here, and whenever you're ready to make a new story Bible, just click duplicate of that template. It's going to duplicate that page. And then you would go in. Oh, this was the wrong one, because that was the one that I was doing that for. I'm going to duplicate this one because this is the one that has her information in it. So you duplicate that. It will take, the more stuff you have in there, the longer it will take to duplicate. I will tell you that. And then, as you can see, everything that I basically have in here duplicates. So,
Okay. Really quick question attached to that. So, if you do a template and you've got all the basically, I'm going to say sub templates, like the characters and the restaurants and all of that stuff. When you duplicate the main template, all of these sub templates duplicate with it.
Yep. See, or do you have to go right here? There's your character sheet.
Nice.
Yeah. So once you create it, and that's one of the fun things about Notion, is once you create it, you can keep it going for forever. It's like you don't have to necessarily do it again unless you're goofball like me and you start watching other Notion videos, or you learn new things, or Notion comes out with a new something and you're like, oh, let me add that. Oh no, I added it and now I need to redo all of it. And then you get excited. And then that's where the productive procrastination comes in. That is easily where the productive procrastination comes in. So yes, I'm gonna go through because I think I saw one other question. Alicia's like, I thought I had a story Bible. Now I know I so don't. Let me see. Oh yes, by all means, please go ahead and fill out the feedback form. And I do believe that registers you to possibly win a prize. And there's some great prizes going on. Here's the other question. Can you embed multiple Pinterest boards into your world page? Is it like a page, like if I wanted a different board for each place or character? Yeah, you can, like if you wanted to embed another one, again, me with the scrolling, let's say you wanted to embed one right here. You would just go to embed again. I don't have another Pinterest thing. Let's go. I will maybe show this. This might be something new coming, but all you can see are the trees, so that's great. So you can go in here. Oh, I forgot. You have to have the embed or the code when you click embed. But you can click right here, paste it in. Oh, that one did not. Oh, because it says the URL is not embeddable. Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe that was something with that particular URL. I don't know. But it says it's not embeddable. But as you can see, it did put a link. So you can also add a link to it. I wonder if
Mhm.
it's because
Can you embed it on another page? Like, can you go into the character and then, like, if say my character Lindy, say I had a whole Pinterest board just of stuff that's her aesthetic, could I embed it then on her page?
let's check.
I mean, linking it's good too, but I love the embedded. I'm just saying.
Let's check. It could also, again, it could be that link. So I may, yeah, it looks like it's that link. I wonder if it's because it's not, good Lord, if I knew my tabs, that'd be great. I wonder if it's because that's not the writing one. Let's try this one. And let's see if that lets you embed it. So I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to do it here. Um, It's saying that one isn't embeddable either. So I don't know. I may have to play around with it and get back to you guys. Because I thought that you could embed multiple Pinterest boards, mostly because I thought I've seen pages with multiple Pinterest boards. So we may have to play with that one and get back to you. Let's see. Ooh, tips for what? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's because it's private. Oh, it is private. You are right. That is a private board. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so you may have a point. Let me go back and find a board that isn't private. Because I totally forgot. Let's do mock cocktails. Why not? It's mock season. Because you may be right. Okay, so let's try that.
Let's see.
Because you may have me there. Oh, I forgot to click embed. Oh, you know what works really great is if you actually like, okay, if you actually click it versus just like randomly doing things over on your computer. She's right. That was what it was because it's a private page. Look at the. Yes. Yes. There we go. So yeah. So you could do that, and then because I thought I seen like pages with multiple Pinterest boards, so that's why I was like, wait a minute. So then I'm guessing you probably can now embed it here. So if you had multiple Pinterest boards that you wanted to embed, yeah, okay. It was because it's private. Don't try to embed private pages. There you go. And if you want to know how I did the Spotify, I basically just went to Spotify and I think I typed in Southern music in the search, but you could just type in, whatever playlist that you want. It could be my internet some days. Okay, so my internet doesn't want to let me do this. And we're almost out of time. So we may, trust me, the Spotify is just the same except for you type in music.
Okay.
So that's why, because I don't know, my internet is deciding that it does not want to let me do anything it has decided we have great time. So I hope that this helped. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me at any given point, either on here, on Ko-fi, on any of my socials. I believe our wonderful moderators have been dropping them in throughout the whole time. Oh, my whole screen just went blank.
Yeah. And
And
join us on the small town world of the first Saturday. Are we doing it this first Saturday? It's right after the 6th of July, the 4th of July. It's the 6th.
we
Let
will
me
have
know.
that conversation in a moment.
If you follow us, you will know when the next small town world. We love talking all of this kind of stuff, and we will definitely, now that we're going to be talking about all this. Okay.
Oh,
Very
Esther
excited.
went and looked. I love it. She's like, it's audio, not music. You can embed private playlists. So yes. So definitely follow us any place. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Again, if you have any questions, by all means reach out. We'll love to get in touch with you. And we will see you on all the other streams. Bye.